Recording. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
We're going to record so that anybody who misses us, we can send to them in the future. Or you can rewatch it.
Yes. So we are Teresa and Ken's. We are founders of the Redemption Dynasty and Team Freedom Fighters. And we came into this business pretty much around the same time in spring of 2018. She was like a month before me. And we have just been head over heels in love with Beachbody and what we do as coaches ever since. So I kind of just wanted to go through and give you guys kind of an overview of just basically like what is the story of Beachbody and how does it come to be, like where did it come from? And so basically it is a network marketing company, yes, but it is not one that is here to scheme you. It is not the pyramid scheme that you hear everyone talking trash about. Basically we are based on passion, and we are founded by our CEO, Carl Deichler. He was literally amazing. He is always there for us as coaches and members of his company. And he started this company just a little bit over 20 years ago. We actually celebrated the 20th anniversary this year. And it was actually called $1 Million Body back then, which I think is hilarious. And it was just based on home workouts. So if you've ever heard of Brazilian butt lift, P90X, those like old school home workout things that maybe your parents probably have done before, that's what he started this business out as, and he just wanted to help people change their lives at home. And so they were basically getting such incredible results, and they were sharing it with other people who were coming along with them, just kind of like what we do. And he decided that there was something more that could be done. And so what he wanted to do was, about 11 years ago, Carl Deichler decided that he was going to basically take the growth that was coming with the company and the passion of the people who were just loving it and changing their lives. And he wanted to spread that like wildfire. And he wanted to create an income opportunity. And so that is when network marketing became a part of what was now known as Beachbody. So basically the coaching opportunity came about. And so people could not only fall in love with the programs that they were doing, the fitness and nutrition that they were following, but also to bring along others who would benefit from that and then make an income on the side. And so our stories as coaches look pretty similar. So T's going to talk a little bit about her story with Beachbody.
Cool. Can you guys hear me? Cool. My AirPods, my mic is real weird. I have a bunch of notes over here because I have a bajillion things I want to tell you, and I don't have a lot of minutes, so don't mind me like kind of glancing over here. But the basis of my story and how I kind of came into coaching is that I live in Florida. I moved to Florida straight out of college, and I live over 1,000 miles from literally everybody I know. At the time I was dating this kid, and we had broken up, and I was in this like heartbroken and living alone, I don't know anybody, like state where I was just like really struggling. If you know me from high school, which I see lots of high school people on here, you would know that like I had a boyfriend 97% of my life. So being single was really hard for me. And then not having anybody that I like really knew was extra hard. And so I just like was going through this season of like overworking myself and numbing all the pain and trying to find friends and trying to find community. And there was just these people on Instagram that were, I don't know, they were happy and they had friends, and I like didn't really care about fitness. Like I was an athlete, but I wasn't really looking to work out a whole lot. And I just needed like a community. And so when I jumped in, I almost immediately fell in love with my coach and her people, and the workouts worked. Surprise, if you actually do them, they worked. And I was real like totally caught off guard, and I just fell in love with the company and the community and the people. And real quick I found that there was an opportunity business wise into it. And so when I finally said like, all right, I'm going to do this coaching thing, I just like immediately fell in love. I made amazing friends. Like Mackenzie is one of my best friends, and I have made literally life-changing like income stuff, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And it's just my mindset. I don't know if I could like put it in like 3 words. Like I know life-changing is so stereotypical, but like y'all, like this business has literally changed my life in more ways than one. And I don't know, I'm just so excited about it. So I'm excited to share a little bit more. We're going to dive more into some of that a little bit later. But that's me and my story.
Okay, so my life, if you don't know any background about me, has been like a whirlwind, but I honestly never really had anything that bad. I'll tell you though, 4 years ago in 2016 was like my lowest of lows. I was my first year of teaching. I was gaining weight like wildfire. I was burnt out. I was miserable. I was kind of poor, honestly, because teaching is tough and you make no money. But my dad had also been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My little sister had moved for like 3 hours away to a different state, and we've always been together for our whole life. My older sister's marriage was literally frying apart. And like everything felt like it was tumbling to the ground. I had no control over anything. And I spent all my time taking care of everyone else and never me. And so about a year later, I was at my highest weight, like 175 on the scale. And if you don't know me, I'm 5'3". And so just like I was literally classified by my doctors as obese. My family used to tell me my jeans would never fit into skinny jeans. And I had tried everything in the book to lose weight and feel better. Pinterest, YouTube, internet, like you name it, I did it. I joined the gym with a coworker. Actually, I stayed at school till 5:30 most days a week, went to the gym, would work out, paid $50 a month for this gym membership, and then went to Wendy's and got a 4 for $4 and stuffed it in my mouth within 7 minutes of getting home. I got home, wanted to throw up, cried, and then laid there miserable, did teaching work, woke up and did the whole thing all over again. So basically I needed a solution. I craved a solution and I had no idea what to do. And so I ran across my coach who invited me to do this thing with her. And I was like, no, because that's not going to work, just like nothing else. And yeah, I see you getting results, but like, that's you. Like everyone else gets results in the gym and I can't do that. There's just no way. My jeans will never fit in skinny jeans, right? So it was literally a week later, I was checking myself into the ER with what they told me was about to be some kidney something, where if you're doctor smart, you might know. Basically, my kidneys were failing because I had overworked myself so much in the gym. And then I went on Christmas break and was doing absolutely nothing and eating myself to death. And my kidneys were like shutting down. And so it was at that point that I was like, okay, it's time to actually start taking care of yourself. Like maybe that girl was right. Maybe this is your opportunity. And so literally within 24 hours, she asked me again. I still said no for 5 months until I finally joined her, went all in, went with the boot camp and coaching, the shakes, the portion control containers, everything. And I just fell like head over heels in love with the simplicity of everything and the fact that I could get results and not drive out of my way and not pay a crazy fee and it not be hard if I didn't show up. And just, yeah, if I could tell the girl 3 years ago that didn't believe in this, that like, it's okay, kids, like just try, it'll work. Like I would literally just beat myself with a brick. Like I could have literally made so much change so long ago. So in a world of so much uncertainty right now, it's just been like my foundation. And it has been the thing that has held me together in the past 8 weeks. And I'm just so freaking thankful. So that's that. I could literally talk forever, but I'm going to stop. So, T.
All right, we're going to dive into a little bit of like, how much time does it take to actually coach and what do you actually do? I think these are the biggest questions that I get. Those were the biggest questions I had. Like, no one has time just laying around. And even in this like quarantine, we're at home more, I feel like I'm doing just as much, if not more than I was doing before. So nobody just has time hanging out. So I think that a big thing is, I don't have time to do this, and where am I going to get the time? How much time do I need to invest in this to make this work? And so what I always like to say is that this business is meant to kind of fit into your schedule, and it's going to fit into your goals, where a lot of jobs, you rearrange your schedule to be able to show up from 8 to 9 or 9 to 5 or whatever it is your like job time is, right? Like you make everything else work around your job. Whereas in this business, you get to work it into your life and into your goals, which is super duper cool. And so one of the very first things that we will do with you when you jump in as a coach is that we're going to chat about what your goals are. If your goal is to like pay for your Shakeology, which is your supplement every month, like cool, you don't need to work as much as the girl that's trying to quit her job. And so what we do is we'll sit down and we'll say, okay, this is what your goals are, and we're going to match up your time to that. And what is also really cool about that is if we say, all right, about an hour a day is probably what you need to do. We'll have a list, and we're going to go into that in a little bit, of all the things that you do during that time. But that doesn't mean you have to sit for a complete hour. I know I have gone through all the seasons where I have had 0 times and I've worked in the cracks of my days, and I've had times where like I'm working for a couple hours at a time. But it just definitely depends on my season. But I talk to like a lot of moms, and they're like, there is no way that I can sit down for an entire hour and do work. And I'm like, girl, I feel you. And so what we always say is that you can work in your cracks. So that means like 10 minutes in the car rider line. You can do 10 minutes when you run to the bathroom. You can do 10 minutes here. Can you find 6 10-minute sessions in your whole day to find an hour of time? And I'm going to be real blunt. You can find that time. And if you're saying you can't, it's just not a priority, which is fine if it's not a priority. That just means that this isn't going to be like your gig. And so what I love about this business is that it's not about carving out 7 hours of my day. It's about finding times in my day that work, that I can work this business so that later on I have more time to do the things I love. But later on, I'm not sitting down working 3 jobs to be able to pay off my student loan, because this job is paying for some of that. So I can spend time with my family so that I have more time later on, if that makes sense. So we're going to dive into a little bit about like what you can do during that time, or what we would do, what the kind of expectations of a coach are. Yeah.
Great. So basically our business model is kind of broken down into 4 like super important tasks that will take the amount of time you need based on your goals. So the first one is really just like showing up and being like proof of the product. So like, I'm not saying you need to go out there and blast Beachbody, blah, 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 Beachbody this, Beachbody that, but literally commit to a program, commit to a nutrition program and show up every single day and make sure that you are getting results. Your number one job is to focus on yourself. Your number one job is not to worry about anyone else, but is to focus on you and make sure you are committed to yourself, getting yourself results every single day. So commit to a nutrition program, commit to a fitness program, and then follow them to literally a T. People tell me like I'm the queen of consistency in nutrition, but honestly, like I wanted the results so bad, I followed what it says, and like that's how I get my results. And so make sure that you are the one that are showing like the pieces of your puzzle to social media followers and your clients and all that. And it's not just doing the workouts, but like actually growing knowledge on how to fuel your body based on what you need. Like what I need nutritionally is so much different from what T needs nutritionally. What my body reacts to when it comes to foods or when it comes to workouts is so different than T. And like that's something that we learned about each other because we were learning about fitness. We were learning about nutrition. I knew nothing. I'm starting like from the bottom. I knew not one thing. What's a deadlift? I don't know. But these are things that I've learned because I've taken in that knowledge from the trainers and I've taken in knowledge from the specialists and all the things. Like we have so many tools within this company that literally enable us to have like an open wealth of knowledge. And not only that, but just being part of a top 20 team. Like we are never alone. We are never without training. If anything, we are overtrained as a team, which is incredible. We can always find the answers, but just literally use the tools you have, get yourself results, and get paid for getting into the best shape of your life. Like, honestly, just do what you're told to do, plain and simple.
Caitlin said top 20 out of how many? There are 400,000 Beachbody teams in the network, and we are top 20. So that's super cool just to know in life. It's just cool. We just have literally, when we say we have top training from the network, like we are the top and we have amazing people come talk to us. We have the best of the best speaking. So that's just a really cool thing. Building kind of off of what Ken said is not only is it our job to be proof of the product, not only is it our job to fuel our bodies and do the workouts, it's also our job to be fueling our minds. Literally, when we sit down, one of the first things they teach you is to get a personal development in your book. Or get a professional book in your hands. Like, what is something you struggle with? Is it confidence? Is it, I don't know, like productivity, staying on task? Is it like, for the huge span of things? And we can find a book and we're going to dive into it. And I think that is really cool coming into this business. It's something that I never really learned before. I've never been in a business, really any job, I guess, that the job, like first and foremost, you have to fill up your cup, right? Like I'm a teacher. I know that there's a lot of teachers on here, and teaching is amazing and I love teaching, but my entire job is other people. My entire job is to pour everything I have into my children, and I would never change that. I love every one of them so much, but it is insane to me that in this business, my first priority is me. If I want to be able to lead other people well, then I have to fill my cup first. If I want to be able to grow, I have to be learning. And so personal development is a huge part of that. Reading books, podcasts, team calls. There's an obnoxious amount of ways in our world now that we can like dive into things. I think Rachel Hollis says that she learned everything she knew from a Google search bar. Like we can learn anything we want to learn from Google, you know, like we have the access to it. And I think that's amazing. And I love that it is one of the like top priorities in our job. And I definitely have seen in my personal life, like how that's impacted me, but also in my business. A lot of times when I'm like not filling my cup, I'm not doing my workouts, I'm not reading personal development, that my business isn't as thriving, because leadership comes from the top and it comes from the way that you are running. So if you want your people to be successful, then you have to be showing up and filling your cup too. And I just think that's super, like I literally have chills thinking about that. So the first kind of half of being a coach is going to be all about pouring into your cup, filling your cup. And then the second half is going to be about sharing that with other people. And I think that it's a really authentic like switch there, right? Like you're doing something that is making you feel good and you're growing and you're learning, like why wouldn't we share it with other people, right? And it's just such a natural transition. Like I get so excited. I have all the emotions right now. Like I want to tell all those people, and so I'm going to. And I just like, there's no reason not to. And so what's really cool in this business is that literally my job is to like share about something that I love so very much. And so I want you guys to think about like your favorite pair of leggings, and like ever. Like if, I don't know, I don't have Lululemon leggings, but I'm told they're really great. So let's pretend you have some Lululemon leggings. I don't know. Whatever it is, you absolutely love it. And there's like a killer sale and everything is like 50% off, 100%. If this is like life-changing legging material, y'all would be up in everybody's like world. Like, hey y'all, don't miss the sale. It is really important that you get a pair of these leggings. Like, and there's like no shame, right? Like you're so excited. It is literally the same thing. Like this business is a way for us to share something that has totally impacted us. And we know without a doubt that it has the opportunity to not only impact other humans, but the people in their circle. So when I think about like, for example, like one of my sisters that I don't have any sisters. One of the girls that I grew up with that is like a sister, she jumped into my like accountability group. Not only did it change her life and I watched her grow and her become confident in literally the smile that like I've never seen on her, and I don't know, all these things that like make me so proud of her. Not only did that happen, but I've watched her brother work out with her. I've watched her mom work out with her. I've watched her college friends jump in with her. And like, not only do we have a gift that when we share with other people, is it going to change like one human's life, but it also is going to impact everybody around them. And I think that is amazing. So literally part of our job is taking what we're learning and talking about it, whether that's on social media, whether that's texting people individually, but like sharing it, because it's literally a gift. And I'm like, I don't know why we wouldn't share it. Like in all honesty, like not saying anything seems to be like dumb. Like it doesn't make sense. Like we have such a cool opportunity. And so that is like also like before I started, it was something that I was really nervous about. But the second I came in, I was like, why wouldn't I tell people about this? Why, if this is something that's really, really making me feel better, giving me more life, I'm learning, I'm growing, why wouldn't I tell other people? Like that doesn't make any sense. And so part of our job is sharing that, because it really can impact people. And I absolutely love that.
So along with that, literally when it comes down to it, when we're connecting, when we're inviting people to do this, when we're following up with them, when we are making these connections with people, we're not just going to pull them into our accountability group, hook them up with what they need, and then dip out. Like that is absolutely not our job. So part of our job is to get them results. Like you're not just going to offer them those leggings and like tell them that they're great and like they should buy them, but then like not give them the link to order them. So, like you want to make sure that you're giving them everything they need. So you're going to get them set up in your virtual community. You're going to help them choose a package. You're going to help them choose a program. You're going to build trust with them and check in with them and make sure that they're using all that we have to offer to find their results. And then you're going to figure out what their measure of success is. Like, everyone is going to be different. Someone might want a 6-pack. Someone might want to lose 10 pounds. Someone might need to gain 20 pounds. Everyone is going to need something different, and it's your job as their coach to like help them achieve their version of success. And it's super simple, just providing that community, that trust, and checking in every day with your team. You don't have to do individual check-ins every day, but just creating an environment that thrives and like allowing them to just kind of mesh in with each other. Like, one of my girls in my group asked a question yesterday, and by the time I went to answer, I had like 10 responses, and I was like, well, you guys don't even need me, so you guys already got that answered. But like, building literally like a little family so that everyone's got someone to lean on. And like, one of my girls today, I was shouting her out for something she did, and then I realized that she's brought her cousin along with her and her mom, and they're all in our accountability group, which is like amazing. Like what she was talking about with her client, who I know she's talking about, is amazing. Just seeing all of her family jump in and are changing their lives. And y'all, like, the impact and the joy that it brings me when I see like the impact not only happen to one person and them get the results, but like, I just can't, like, my fire is just like, woo. Okay. So along with that, like, obviously you're going to do all of these things and there's all these time and tasks, but what you really want to know is about the income and like, what is the potential there and what can happen. So basically, when you get people started with their health and fitness program, you're going to sign them up with what is called a challenge pack. Now, if you're already like a member with us, you know what I'm talking about there, most likely. If not, basically it's your workouts for a year, your nutrition programs for a year, those awesome colored portion control containers. God, I've been talking since 7:30. And you'll get a month of supplements. So you'll either get your Shakeology, which are superfood shakes that I literally love, eat, breathe, drink every day. And then you can also get pre and post workout, which is also amazing. Love, eat, drink, breathe every day. So all of that is going to be $160. So you think of it, oh my God, $160. But I just told you I was paying $50 for a gym membership every month for over a year and never getting results. So that's 3 months of that gym membership has already covered what I need for a full month. And I have someone checking on me, which is incredible. So when you sign up someone with the challenge pack, you're going to make roughly between $50 to $80, depending on if they add anything, if they, want something extra, bars or whatever, collagen. And so if you do that every week, basically you're going to make between $200 and $300 a month, which depending on what your goals are, like we said earlier, I mean, also that's kind of a lot of money. When I started, all I wanted was money to get my nails done. So sign up 3 or 4 people, boom, you're done. I could definitely get quite a lot more done than my nails. So then there's also residual income that you can make. So with people who are sticking to their plan and they're buying their shakes every month because they're getting results, or they want their pre and post every month because they're loving it. And commission is great, but that's not building that 6-figure income money that you may really be wanting. So depending on your goals, again, like it's whether you want to quit your job, you want to build a home, you just want to like scrape by, maybe pay your credit card bill, whatever. But when you want to make the more dollar signs behind your name, you're basically going to get that from what's called team cycling. And I'm not really going to go into super details there, but basically it's when you're building a team of your own. And so this is like when Carl Daikeler's network marketing theme comes along, but like it's not a pyramid scheme. This is actually the most legit business model there is, because Carl Daikeler, our CEO, is absolutely amazing. And so you also have a team automatically built underneath you because of this, but you'll be building your own team as well. So if Sally, for instance, wants to help someone get started and Sue decides she wants to join her, then have Sally sign up Sue. And now you're building a team and you're earning volume through your team growth. And that's kind of how your income is going to grow. And so it also is according to like what rank you are in your business. And like, I'll tell you, you can hit your first rank in your business within 24 hours. It's very simple. And you're automatically going to start building that volume and earning that income. So that is the potential that comes with income. And we're going to talk a little bit about our personal income growth within the last 2 years as coaches.
So I'm going to my income growth kind of like goes in a circle. So we're going to talk about a circle for a hot minute. So when I started in March as a coach, but the December before I totaled my car. And so March is when like the car payments kicked in. And so I needed to be able to pay my car payment. Like I don't know if anyone knows what this is, like VIP kids or VIP kids or whatever. I was doing that so that I could like pay the $215 car payment because my teaching income wasn't going to pay it. It just wasn't going to. And so I needed something else. So I started coaching the last week of March. I had about literally zero expectation of income. I didn't think I would make any money, didn't really care. I was really looking for the community. Like I said, I lived in Florida and I was alone. But what I found out is that there really is like this potential. It's like real money. It's not monopoly money. And so I jumped in and immediately started doing all of the things that my coach told me to do. And I'm going to tell you that this is not going to happen for everybody, but when I jumped in within my first week, I already been able to pay my car payment. And so in that first week, I was like, all right, like I guess this is gonna be great. Like I guess that I can make some money with this. And I started seeing growth in my income. I was probably making about $1,000 a month for a little bit. And then like any human like me, that's, I don't know, a procrastinator, somebody who gets comfortable, I got super comfortable and I stopped doing my business. My life got crazy and I really dug myself into a hole. And when I say I dug myself into a hole, I was in a space where I literally, like, I was not working my business. If you're on my team, you could totally, like, you could probably pinpoint when this happened because I wasn't showing up. And in that, my bank account was negative literally every week. Like, let's pretend I got paid on Friday. By Sunday, my bank account was completely negative. And so I really struggled to get through like life, get paycheck to paycheck. I was really struggling. And so there was a moment where my card got declined in front of people. I had to look at them and say, my card is maxed. I have no savings. There's nothing that I can do right now. Like I had to walk away from this like situation where people were looking at me and I was literally in tears. And I was like so mad at myself because I had a business that was sitting in front of me that if I would have just poured into, that I could like literally control my income. Like if I was willing to do the work, I was willing, like I could get the income. And so I was so mad. And so that moment I decided I was going to show up 100% no matter what. And I did. And I dug myself out of that hole. I have been able to save money. I've been able to pay off not all of it, but pay a lot of money on my credit card. I've been able to pay my bills. And literally, I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to do those things and not be calling. I called my dad because I couldn't get to work with gas. I didn't have the gas to get to work. And I had to call my dad, who lives in Pennsylvania, to somehow get me money in Florida. Like that is how bad I was. Like my account was negative hundreds. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And so when I say that this business literally changed my life, I really mean like the income potential literally changed my life. It was something that I was able to control. I could pour into, I could focus on, and my actual income was going to grow based on that.
So when I started this business, I told you guys a second ago, basically I just wanted to have $50 to get my nails done. Every 2 weeks. It was something that my mom literally made me start doing when I was 14 because she said I had horrible nails and I always needed to keep them covered up. So it was like a routine. But once I left my mom's house, she wasn't doing them for me anymore. And I needed to get them done. So I never really struggled with money. So it wasn't like a huge deal for me. And so in my first week, I was able to pay for my nails and my products, which was awesome. And so I was like, okay, every month I want to make sure I can for sure get my nails done and pay for my products. And then I started being able to pay for my student loan, or my phone bill, my credit card bill, just like little things like that, which was like awesome. But then T and I have also earned trips, which is one thing that we talk about a lot, but like right now we haven't talked about them because, Corona. So like, we earned trips. We've been to Disney World. We've been to the Bahamas and Haiti, which are things that like Teresa and I could have never actually dreamed of. Just coming from the families that we've come from, the situations that we've come from, like those things were never going to be possible, especially for us as like single women. And so like being able to, as of right now, like furnishing a house without having to like think twice or look at my bank account and worry like, oh my God, can I order this on Amazon? Or like, can I afford this? And blah, blah, blah. Like, has actually been incredible, especially because I can't go out to TJ Maxx and find things as cheap as I would like them to be. But so I have to settle for, whatever I find online. But I'm just getting my feet wet in this business, honestly. There have been a lot of seasons, like T talked about, where I was either getting results, and it was really great, or I was building a team, and it was really great. But I was never really doing both at the same time. Or I would do something really great, and it would be awesome, and then I would take my foot off the gas pedal. And that would be kind of where things fall apart. And if I could tell you literally anything, if you're jumping into this business or if you are part of this business, never, ever take your foot off the gas pedal, because you will fall down that escalator so fast. But honestly, like, my vision for my income growth has just changed drastically over the last few months as my life has changed, to where now I work my butt off every single day to be my dream coach. I'm not just trying to pay to get my nails done anymore. I'm not just trying to pay that little bit to my dad for my phone bill or whatever. Like, I actually dream of being like an exceptional wife and a stay-at-home mom that gets to be at home with her future babies, but also be a top coach in this network that's attracting other women to her groups and other coaches to her team, so that they can emulate what I'm doing because I'm such a successful coach. Like, that's what I think about every single day. That's what I dream about. That's what gets me out of bed at 7 a.m. That's what keeps me up late when I know I haven't finished my to-do tasks. Like, that's it. And I just want to say, like, the woman I was in April 2018 when I jumped into this business is so different from the woman I am today in April of 2020. And I have such a greater like joy and a huge passion for this business, and it's all become part of my story. And I know income is yucky, and I know money is gross, and I know it's not something that we ever really want to talk about or share, but it is actually lucky we are to literally be able to do the bit. I mean, we are just incredibly lucky to have an opportunity like that. So whatever your goals are, if you're thinking about joining this business, whatever you think, no matter how big or how small, I just want you to know that they're achievable. Everything that you could dream of is achievable. So now we kind of want to transition into next steps. Like, what would it look like for you to get started with this business, and how would you make that happen?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, sorry, my computer went in and out. We have 4 minutes going to kick us off. I'm trying really hard to upgrade it, but it's not working. So I'm going to go through this, but if know that you can reach out to me or Mackenzie or whoever your upline coach, whoever invited you to this, to talk a little bit more about this. But basically, the way to get started as a coach is going to be the same way to get started as what I would call a client. We're going to get you everything that you need to get started on your health and fitness journey. So like we said earlier, your first job as a coach is to pour into your health and fitness journey. And so for you to be able to do that, we got to get you everything that you need. So your workouts, your superfood shakes, and then pretty much you're going to be ready to go. And so what we'll do from there is we're going to get you plugged into a new coach training. We're going to get you an email. We're going to kind of get you the resources to get you like step by step into what comes next. Ken talked a little bit about this earlier. This is a really big question all the time is, well, how much do I have to pay, right? And so basically the base pack totally ranges, so know that it might range. It's going to be about $160 for the entire year. And y'all, I think that is amazing. I was just listening to a coach talk about how when she started, she had to buy Shakeology and a disc, like 21-day fixed disc, for like about the same price. And we get access to over 50 programs. You get access to all your business trainings. You get access to your first month of superfood shakes for $160. That is freaking insane to me. Like Mackenzie was paying $50 a month for a gym membership. So it's insane to me. So next steps are going to be to reach out. Well, Ken and I will probably text you, or whoever your coaches will probably reach out to you and let us know what your thoughts are, how you're feeling. We'll talk through a little bit of it, and then we're going to get you kind of what's going to help you set up for success. We have like 2 minutes. Are there any like questions? Ken, do you want to add anything?
There was a question in the chat. It says, so if you didn't get anyone signed up during the month, do you still get paid?
The answer is going to be no. So as you build a team, eventually there will be income that happens when you aren't actually like signing people up. But what I want to say is that you're going to spend the first couple months, maybe even the first year or so. I think that that's definitely true for me. Building relationships with people and building trust and showing up. So like Mackenzie said, that people say that she's like the nutrition queen or the consistency queen. It's because she shows up every single day and is showing everybody else. And so I think that a lot of people jump in and they think that you're going to get money just for like, hi, I'm a coach. But you're going to have to work and you're going to have to like get other people started. But I think that you need to give yourself some grace as you're building those relationships and that trust with people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And basically you get paid in this company for the work that you do. So you're not just going to get handed money for not doing anything, if that makes sense. So we're about to get cut off, but I just wanted to thank all of you guys so much for jumping in, and just reach out to your coach if you have any questions, and we would love to help you get set up. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.